this is big news for Brock. This is big news for Trey Lance. What do you think this means for Trey? He's going to get most of all of the offseason with the starters, but he might not start week 1. I mean, it's got to be frustrating. Are they going to trade him? Is he going to just get stashed? Is he going to get his opportunity down the line? What do you think? Miriah, you want to go first?
I mean, I think he has to take this opportunity and run with it. He has to do everything he can to not let them give this job back to Purdy when he's healthy. I don't know if it's possible for him to win the job back in, not regular games, but if it is, he has to do it. Anything that you can possibly do to not give this job back to Purdy, that's what you got to do. And go in there, command the huddle, tell the guys to F off, to shut the F up, whatever. Oh no. Whatever that is, that what they like.
I actually like that.
That's what he needs to do. Like, don't go
stop
out
being
there.
So nice.
You're not trying to get friends. You're not trying to gain friendships. You're trying to be the leader, be the quarterback of this team. Go out there and do that.
I love it. Great call.
Yeah, I agree that it's going to be difficult if he doesn't get that opportunity in real games, because Brock Purdy got the chance to win the starting spot in real games, winning. Like, it's obvious that, it's obvious that, in hearing teammates speak about Brock Purdy, that those wins spoke volumes to them, and then the confidence that he carried along with it. But I don't think that Trey Lance is going to get traded no matter what happens, because I think from a cost standpoint, it just makes sense for the 49ers to keep Trey Lance around. I mean, he's still a high ceiling guy. So I think it would be a mistake to just, trade him away at this point. And realistically, what are you going to be getting back for him at this point? I think it just makes more sense for them to keep him around. Now, if, once Brock Purdy is back, he's the starting guy once again, Trey Lance might get a little frustrated, and he might say to himself, well, trade me. I want to go somewhere where I have the opportunity. So I could see that happening. But as of right now, he's been pretty quiet. He's been very mellow. He hasn't said anything. He's been saying all the right things. And so I have to give him credit for that. But we have to wonder, at what point is the frustration going to start to boil over and he'll want, a real fair opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. I like the way that when Trey was asked how he handled, being on the sidelines and after his injury and everything, and he was talking about how he had to turn that into a positive when he was talking about that, how he was able to really just analyze, what was happening on the field, and he got to learn a lot, just not by playing, just by analyzing everything. And I really took a lot from that. And I thought that was one thing, that if there was a knock against him, he just didn't have that much experience. And I felt like that he gained that, mental experience, the mental reps that he gained by watching, the games and the plays and everything. But I just like that, where he was talking about how he, was able to study a whole lot more, that he now knows, this playbook, and, that he just was able to really, dive into everything and really concentrate, not having to be responsible for, the on-field play and things like that. So
to me, I feel like, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Whenever camp starts, I'm looking forward to him.
Me too. Really, to me, I feel like this almost takes the pressure off of Trey. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all on Brock. Brock, you're the quarterback. You're going to be back week 1. You get no off season. You're going to just pick up where you left off and keep it rolling, right? And if not, then people are going to start looking at you, and it's not your fault. But this takes all the pressure off of Trey. He gets the entire offseason to train with the team, and then he's going to get the job taken away from him, and he'll get to stand there on the sideline and be like, all right, Brock, let's see what you got with no offseason coming off of surgery. Not that it's Brock's fault, but they're putting him in this situation. And I feel like Trey was in that situation last year. They handed him the job. Jimmy was hanging out, and he could just be like, all right, man, let's see what you got. And there was always this fantasy, like, whatever Trey did, Jimmy would do it better. Like, people could always say that, even if there wasn't proof, right? That could be the case this year. If Trey goes out and starts week 1 and they score 23 points and win, people be like, well, Brock would have scored 33. It will never be good enough for Trey if he gets the job. But if Brock gets the job first And he has to go through the struggles that every other Niners quarterback goes through early in the season. And Trey gets to be the guy who comes in and be the savior. It's a whole different position. It's a whole different position to be in. So now it's like, cool out. Let the focus be on Brock. And when you inevitably get your opportunity, you'll be fans will be begging for you to play. We want to see Trey. We've seen it. All that kind of stuff could happen. Now, if Brock Purdy comes back, tears it up, and offense doesn't miss a beat, then good for the 49ers. And Trey will get traded somewhere else, and he'll get a chance somewhere else. But I think that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to rush Brock back for better or for worse, and either Trey will get his shot midseason or he'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's kind of been the tough spot about the 49ers having not figured out their quarterback position yet and always being between two guys. Because it's always going to be this, well, what could the other guy do? The fan base is always going to be split, which it's not like the 49ers care whether the fan base is split or not. Right. At least it doesn't seem like they care. But, still, it's just always that internal struggle, and also in the media as well on, well, what could that guy do? This guy could be better. They're doing it all wrong kind of thing. They've kind of put themselves in that situation. They kind of, I think they try to frame it as a good thing. Like, look at, we have two quarterbacks. We feel we can start. This is awesome. But in actuality, I mean, there's a lot of, politics that go along with it that, sometimes hard to navigate. So we'll see how they do it. Once again, at this point, they have a lot of experience handling it. So we'll see.
Yeah. The Niners are like a Netflix show. That's great. It's a great show. I mean, everyone watches it, but we're on like season 8. And every year, the season finale sucks. It's the same finale. Right. Kyle's in a love triangle with his quarterbacks, and there's never a resolution. He never picks one. Yeah. And it's like, maybe next season he'll pick a quarterback. It's like, no, we're on season 8. It's going to be the same ending every time. That's the thing. Pick a quarterback.
That's hilarious.
It feels like we're watching Friends. It's like, oh, Ross and Rachel, will they get together? It's like, I don't care. It's season 15.
It is so
pick one.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
What is holding us back is a quarterback. What's holding us back from winning a Lombardi is a quarterback. It is so maddening. There are so many teams that I know, because I look at all NFL pages and everybody's like, you guys are complaining. We would love to be right there. Not year after year, you wouldn't. Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. And then you look at Kyle's coaches. I mean, Saleh is zeroing in on Aaron Rodgers. Mike McDaniel might be making an end around on Tom Brady. DeMeco Ryans could get Bryce Young or someone really talented. Kyle's still messing around, figuring it out.
Right.
Shreddy Murphy says Lynch says Trey has to play, but that's the challenge. What's stopping the Niners from trading Trey now that Brock can potentially start week 1? Because deep down, they know that they don't know what's up with Brock. They can say whatever they want to say, but they got to have a plan B. Got to. And that's Trey, unfortunately. I would like to hear Steph Bosa reaction. You're going to have to pay more than $2 for that. Are you kidding? That's one hell of... Corey Soto says, can't wait to see the schedule for the first 2 games. That affects both Trey and Purdy. Some heavy-hitting opponents next year. I hope they get Eagles week 1. I want to see that again. Eagles week 1.
I bet it's going to be.
So bad.
Oh, yeah.
Does this open Lance up to being traded? We just addressed it. We think probably not yet. I hope Coach 500 didn't do the surgery. Oh man, I got some really snarky people on my channel. Thank you very much for that donation.